Welcome aboard tonight to the 2023 Australian Sports Sedan eSeries round number 3 live from Phillip Island. Loading in very late tonight for race number 1. We'll take you straight down to the grid. Qualifying has been set and done. Benjamin Roberts grabs pole position tonight with a fantastic time. And Benny Roberts with a 1:23.809 goes to the top, and he'll start alongside Tony Don as they roll around on their formation lap. Alex Newton will start off the second row with Martin Lofthouse. Smallish field here tonight, only 12 cars. Colin Smith and Michael Falzon will go off the third row of the grid with Barlow and Ardley, your top 8. Stuart Vaughan will start from 9th tonight as they roll around with Mark Pryor, Adrian Pryor, and Robert Medson was a late loader right at the back tonight. Let's take you down to the track, get rid of the music and get set for a 3-race event tonight. The first one being a 5-lap and then an 8-lap and then a 12-lap feature tonight. We're missing Rand McClurkin tonight, not with us unfortunately, but a big hello to Rand if he's tuning in. He's sadly the man that usually is here to talk to me is not here tonight. We're missing a couple of liveries there as well, so we've had some big iRacing updates and all that sort of thing. We will endeavour to try and get those reloaded in the next little minute or two for you. So welcome aboard tonight wherever you're watching from. Say g'day and picturesque Phillip Island, what a great place to be. The headlights are on. Let's have a quick look at the weather. You can see it's early in the morning. The time is locked in at 1 minute to 6 a.m. So they've gone for the early morning start. The car's looking great. The big pace truck out in front. And say g'day when you can. It's interesting. We're live over on YouTube, and like I said, I had to rush it. Usually 8 o'clock start, but we've gone for the earlier start tonight. And g'day to everyone out in the world of YouTube. Of course, Facebook and Twitch. So who's your pick for tonight? Benjamin Roberts was quick in qualifying. Can he roll away with this and steal another victory? He's been so strong throughout this series in the simrigs.com car. Mini muscle cars. Just hoping a livery comes in. Tony Don, no livery at all there. We'll hope to get that back very soon as the livery's refreshed. I got a feeling there's some new trading paints going on here and some of the guys maybe don't have their layers in correctly. So we'll just have to deal with it on the fly as we do. By getting set for a start now, you can see the cars just jostling around, trying to get themselves under control. Roberts will have to wait for that green. There's the onboard view from Roberts looking back over his shoulder. And what can he do tonight? Benjamin Roberts, of course, a fast starter, and there's your green light. We're off and racing for the first of 3 races tonight. Roberts gets away well behind him. Already up a spot is Kai Ardley. He's always a fast starter and drops back a position or two. Does Michael Fowles and Tony Don holding off Alex Newton in the Ferrari from P2 at the moment. We jump on board. Don's livery completely missing, so not sure what's happened there with Tony Don tonight, but he's hasn't got a livery at all. So we're just watching them jostle their way down. Bit of contact in the background. Lofthouse into the back, I think, of Medson. Medson made up 6 spots in the opening couple of corners there, so decent effort from Medson. He obviously did come in as a late qualifier tonight and didn't take him long at all to show his true speed at Phillip Island. Oran Park was a classic affair as we now do go live on Facebook. Welcome to our Facebook viewers. But Roberts out in front. I've got a bad feeling tonight could be the Benny Roberts show as he takes off into the distance, and could be a see you later alligator. On board with Tony Don looking back at Kai, and the fast starting Kai already up into almost a podium position. We jump on board with him through the final corner down this Gardner Straight, absolutely out on the limit. And you'd expect him to, with that sort of pace over the first lap here of a 5-lap race, feel that he's at least going to get himself up to a podium. But Roberts out in front uncontested at the moment. 1.9 seconds is the lead in the opening lap alone. So it just goes to show, if we look at a long shot here, that Roberts, there's no contest, is it? So Kai Ardley up 4, and Rob Benson, like I said, up 6 in the BMW. We're on board with him now. He's got Martin Lofthouse behind him in the Ferrari. Good mixture of cars tonight. Corvette, Aston Martin leads Ferrari, Porsche, and in fact Newton just makes a pass there on Tony Don down into the hairpin, Honda hairpin. Nice job, puts himself up a position 2. So Ardley, let's ride back on board with him. See what he can do as he chases down the big rear end of that Aston Martin, trying to get himself once again up into the podium position. There's Roberts out in front. How good does this thing sound? See the long shot. You can already see the distance there. It's nearly 3 seconds now back to Alex Newton, who's got his spec map there, I think, but not much else, unfortunately, has come through. So if you're watching aboard, say good day on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch, of course, as someone went really wide down through there but kept it in shape. Starting to stretch out. Probably our closest battle at the moment is this one between Michael Fowson, who's being hounded at the moment by Martin Lofthouse. There is Lofthouse in behind. I think all the liveries are very scrambled tonight. We're going to do a full reset on the liveries just for a minute here to try and get this looking a bit better. See if we can't get them to load in again. They're all over the shop. Maybe someone in the chat can tell me what's going on with Trading Paints tonight. There is the look at Michael Fowson's car. It's looking pretty good. Big wobble as he exited Siberia now and flies up with his wing mirrors completely full of Lofthouse's Ferrari. 2 Ferraris out there, a couple of Corvettes, one at the front of the field, one at the very back with Adrian Pryor, Grumpy Motorsport down in P11 at the moment. Lockie Barlow lost 5 spots in that opening lap as well. So unfortunately, he's going to have to put his head down for race number 2, which will happen straight after this one. We've got the 8-lapper coming up next. There's a shot down the main straight, 7.5 minutes to go on the timer, but we won't use that timer tonight. There goes Roberts through turn 1. Check out the distance back. It's nearly 4 seconds now to the disappearing Alex Newton. Tony Don goes through in 3rd, and Kai Ardley rounds out your 4th there. I wonder if I heard Trading Paints got hacked a couple of weeks ago. Maybe there's something to do with that tonight. Well, as we got a car off the track there, Michael Fowson going out to cut the weeds and go through the dirt. So lap 4 or 5 coming around to start the final lap. Benjamin Roberts, everything in control here. Not sure if they're implementing a reverse grid race tonight. That might spice things up slightly, but I got a feeling it's not going to happen. So he's going to cross the stripe here with a 5-second lead in a 5-lap race heading into the final lap here tonight. Back for the Mark Pryor. Look at this coming onto the main straight. There's a big battle at the back of this field between Lofthouse, Pryor and Stuart Vaughan now getting involved, getting in touch with this. They go side by side. And Stu Vaughan looks down the inside on Lofthouse, and they make contact as well. Lofthouse did well to keep that from spearing off the racetrack, so he keeps it on the inside line and then runs straight around the inside there of Stewie Vaughan. So good effort there to hang on and not give up that position. But we'll keep an eye on this man who's going to bring it home. 5.5 seconds now out in front. Real pearl of an effort. battle for the minor positions here. This is Kai Ardley, who started at the back of the grid, trying to hang on for a podium. Tony Don trying to do something about it. Looks to the inside down MG, but can't make the pass stick. Meanwhile, Roberts will come through to take the checker flag. Race number 1 is run and done, and there's a commanding win there for Benjamin Roberts, who a 6-second lead in a 5-lap race. That's a masterclass by Roberts as well. We wouldn't really expect anything less, would we? As now Alex Newton crosses the line. P2, Kai Ardley 3rd. Tony Don will surround up your top 4, and Colin Smith, great drive, coming home in 5th place tonight. His car very much also, Trading Paints has scrambled that one. We might actually disengage completely Trading Paints and reload it. It's a shocker tonight. So 22 car of Stu Vaughan up 1 position to 8th as well. Not a bad drive by him, but they'll look to change that up if they can in race 2. So Rob Medicine from the backs up 6 positions into 6 is a key driver out of that race for me. And we'll be back shortly with race number 2. So race 1 results up on the screen now. 6.1 seconds, the winner Benjamin Roberts over Alex Newton and Kai Ardley, your top 3 in that first race. We are a progressive grid tonight, unfortunately. I was looking for the reverse grid, but we are progressive. Let's go to the grid for race number 2, and it will be Benjamin Roberts starting from pole position. And alongside him, as we still haven't got any good liveries coming in, have we? So it's a complete jumbled mess tonight. Unfortunately, Alex Newton out at P2 with Kai Ardley and Tony Don, your top 4. Colin Smith will start at 5th tonight with Rob Medson, the 3rd row complete. Mark Pryor, Stewie Vaughan out of the top 8, and then it's Lofthouse Fowles and Pryor and Barlow. That is Adrian Pryor out of 11 with Barlow at the back. Once again, small grid tonight of races here in the Australian Sports Sedan eSeries. They roll off on their parade lap, waving to the crowd, getting set for race number 2. Right, so we get ready for a start for race number 2. Benjamin Roberts will lead us around once again, and we'll get that green light on and rip into what will be the second of our races tonight. They call this one the consolidation race. Lap 1 of 8, and waiting for that green flag to drop from Barney. There it is, and we get away. That was a really aggressive get-go there by Kai Ardley, who's obviously did so well in race 1, wants to make his presence felt and challenge Roberts as around the outside. Alex Newton, there's contact. Alex Newton exits off the racetrack. Luckily he doesn't hit anyone else, but that's taken him right out of contention. He drops to the back. Roberts leads out in front. Ardley holds on to second. Colin Smith makes his way up 2 spots into 3rd place. As Stu Vaughan makes up a couple of positions too in the opening lap. He'll find himself now up in 5th. And is his livery upside down and all over the place? Oh God, what is going on tonight with liveries? Once again though, Roberts out in front just disappears, and showing dominance already, almost a second clear. I guess it's not what we wanted to see tonight. We didn't want to see a Roberts domination. We wanted to see everyone get out there and go wheel to wheel, but unfortunately it's not looking like that is going to happen. And is that Stu Vaughan in front of him or Rob Medson? Medson's lost his livery as well now, so unfortunately there's a lot of white skins out there tonight. Lofthouse as well in the background. Behind him, Barlow, Falzon and Pryor. Newton hasn't given up. That's what I like to see. He's at least trying to fight his way back into this, even with that unfortunate start. There's Pryor and then Mark Pryor. I'm not sure what happened to Mark on the opening lap. He is right at the back of this one. Has he got a livery that's actually working? It looks like it is. I think all the bits are in the right place for Mark's livery tonight at least. So Tony Don's gone off the track. Just saw him sitting off on the inside of Southern Loop. So he's, I think, had a bit of a moment going down through turn 1. And he's just gathering his thoughts now to get back on the racetrack. There's Kai Ardley, and Colin Smith now works his way up into P3. Good job by Colin Smith, the Yamaha Automotive entry. We're used to seeing a beautiful livery on that car, which is all jumbled at the moment. Colin Smith within about 3/4 of a second now of Kai Ardley trying to stay with him. There's Vaughan. Lofthouse sitting back in P5, and then it's Barlow, Falzon, Newton, Medson, Pryor. So Adrian Pryor leads Mark Pryor. Corvette versus BMW. That's from the back straight away. You can see where they got their inspiration, can't you? You look at the Corvette there, the more modern Corvette in Ireland compared to the Ferrari, as I think Medson just had it coming together. Oh, he's in the fence too. So Medson and I think it may have been Tony Don have just come together and ruined their races, unfortunately. So what's the goss on Trading Paint? Someone out there can tell me what's happening tonight as we look at Stewie Vaughan. Let's jump on board with Stu and ride on here for half a lap or so. Just watch the way he's using all the racetrack right out onto the exit ripple strip, attacking the back of the Aston Martin here. There's a couple of Aston Martins. And good job, Stu Vaughan. He's a good competitor. We've known that for a long time, and now he's starting to show his skill here. Just talking to a couple of fellow producers for sim racing, saying everyone's having similar issues with Trading Paints, which is unfortunate. Maybe we'll have to go back to the manual supply of paints again and just drag them all in individually, which would be interesting. I may even just do a quick delete of my folder which has all the paints in it. See if we can just bring in some fresh things, but there's not a lot we can do on the fly tonight, so I do apologise for the quality of paints we are being produced by iRacing and Trading Paints. So Roberts 2.8 seconds out in front. He looks pretty in control. You can just hear the low throttle, the low throaty note of this Corvette as he just toys with low throttle through the mid corner, and then he gets on it full throttle now onto the pit straight. You can tell 100% throttle, the attitude of the car through that final corner, skipping and skimming its way along. Hardly now within 3.4, just forget about it, he says. There's no way you can catch him at this stage. And there's Colin Smith in the MR Automotive. We can try one more refresh of paints here after a full deletion and a restart. We'll see what we can come up with. Get some liveries in, at least for the final race. That looks like we've just got Colin Smith's MR Automotive car in at last, which is good. There you go. Don't say I don't try in the background. That's taken me a good 20 minutes to get that to actually play ball tonight. And I've heard from a couple of different people that Trading Paints has cracked it since the latest update. So Kai Ardley, there's a bit of Williams about this livery, a bit of old school Williams F1. Currently sitting in P2, they just cannot compete. Looking at the previous lap times, for example, it was a 24.5 for Roberts, 25.2, so 0.7 of a second quicker. Benjamin Roberts over a lap alone on the last lap. Just goes to show what sort of league he's in. And really, it's best of the rest for Kai at the moment. Stu Vaughan was battling with Colin Smith, but he's now dropped back further. And Lachlan Barlow, or Lockie Barlow, now in this nice Porsche with a livery that finally looks, I think, what he probably produced it to look like. Sits in fifth ahead of Lofthouse and Pryor. Adrian Pryor back at the moment, 18.3 seconds off the lead after 6 laps. So incredible. So a couple of people tuning in now for the Australian Sports Sedan eSeries tonight. It's their round number 3 of a 5-round series as they've been following around the Australian tracks. Obviously, next round goes to the big one, Bathurst, and then we head to the final round, which will actually be replicating the Gold Coast on a street circuit, so that'll be good. Unfortunately, we don't have the Gold Coast in iRacing, not yet anyway, but the next best thing will go to a street circuit course and crack it out. So big shout out to Scotty Rankin for telling me just to keep resetting until it works, so we finally got there. So just looking at the Pryor battle, this is Mark Pryor v Adrian Pryor, 7th and 8th place, ahead of Medson, Fowson, Don and Alex Newton, who I think still out on the racetrack. He is. I don't think his livery's changed much from what it was earlier tonight. The headlights ablaze though, the Racecraft Team pink car. Nothing pink about that car, it's all green. But P12 had that unfortunate accident at turn 1, now finds himself a minute and 12 seconds off the lead, so a long, long way back. Just right on board here with Benjamin Roberts. He's on his penultimate lap now, one more lap after this. Just watch the late braking there. Down into the hairpin, just turns it in nicely, kisses the apex, then just feathers the throttle on exit. And look at concentration now down through Siberia. Once again, feather the throttle. Don't want to get this thing out to sideways. You'll wear those tyres out and you'll get yourself into all sorts of trouble. Up through the hay shed now, sweeps through the right-hander, just kisses the curb, and then you start thinking about Lukey Heights. Tip it into the left, over the ripple strip, hug the inside of the corner, and then set yourself up for the braking zone here. And he's straight across like an arrow towards the apex to turn through the right-hander down at MG, and then through the final couple of corners, 11 and 12. Once again, just opens the throttle, rolls it on. The lead now over 6 seconds as he finds the white flag waiting for him. 1 lap to go after this one. Benjamin Roberts, 174 tonight, masterclass. There is the white flag in the background. Crosses the line, and that time there was a 124.4. His consistency is mega. We'll have a quick look at that lap chart just to show you what I mean. Look at the lap times from Roberts. A 123.8 on lap 3. That was the quickest lap. And then 124s consistently ever since. Those 124.1 and 124.1 on lap 5 and 6 there in particular. Just showing how smoothly he's driving that car out there tonight. G'day to Keith Logan tuning in tonight. Welcome, Keith. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well, my friend. As we see the best of the rest, Kai Ardley and Stu Vaughan battling it out, 6.5 seconds off the lead of the race. So a lonely old run for them, but about to notch up another podium. Colin Smith then further back in 4th place, and Martin Lofthouse. All very well spread out. I said 5 minutes before we went live tonight, I said, boys, anyone else turning up? It's a big racetrack for 12 cars, and we're seeing that right now with a lot of real estate between each of these cars and not a lot of action. But Benjamin Roberts doesn't need action. He just needs to take another checker flag as he comes around to greet that right now. So it's been 2 from 2 with nearly a 7-second lead here. Benjamin Roberts wipes the floor on race number 2 tonight in the Mini Muscle Cars simrigs.com entry. Flashes those headlights and takes it by a country mile. In the background, Ardley trying hard because he's got over the line in P2, 7 seconds shy of Roberts, but ahead enough of Stu Vaughan, who disappears on a set to take a well-deserved 3rd. Colin Smith up 1, gets 4th. Lofthouse, who's up 4, takes 5th tonight, and then Barlow rounds out your top 6. So good effort by the competitors there. Mark Pryor will take 7th ahead of Adrian Pryor. Bit of an inter-family battle there, and then Medson takes 9th place with a pretty dinged up car ahead of Fowles and Don and Alex Newton. Results coming up shortly for race number 2, and then obviously we come back with our feature race soon after that. Should be a ripper. There's your race results up on the screen now, with Benjamin Roberts a clear winner there by nearly 7 seconds over Ardley and Vaughan, your top 3 for race number 2. We've got one more race to go here for round number 3 of the Australian Sports Sedan eSeries for 2023. And a quick warm-up session now. We'll see the drivers get out there and just fine-tune their skills in preparation for the big one. But let's have a quick look. Missed out on Kurt Bond tonight, who also was caught out by the time, so he thought it was 7:45. He's missed the grid and couldn't get out there, unfortunately, so it's a bit sad to not have Kurt out there tonight, but we're all a little bit caught out by the half-hour gate time. Alright, so 10-minute warm-up coming up. We'll see if we can get some people in for a chat tonight. So if you're listening in, just come and say good day and tell us what's going on out there in the world of sports sedans. We come to the end of the warm-up session. One car out on the track. It was Lockie Barlow setting some laps in preparation for race number 3. Let's take you down to the grid as all drivers now back in the pit lane, getting set for our final race tonight. 12 lap around this Phillip Island circuit. No one came to talk to me in the break, so we enjoyed some nice sim music. And right, here we go. Let's take you to the grid as soon as they're move forward to a session, which they are now. Pace truck hits the track, and this is how they will start the final race tonight from the front row, who on a 12-lap race should win this one by about 12 seconds, I reckon. Benjamin Roberts will start from pole position. Alongside him it is Kai Ardley, who has been quick tonight. Definitely quick in that first couple of corners. Can he take it to Roberts and try and hold him back? Stu Vaughan will start at a third, alongside Colin Smith, who once again has also shown some promise tonight. What can he do from 4th place on the grid? Martin Lofthouse starts from 5th with Lockie Barlow out of 6th place for Barlow Racing. 7th place Mark Pryor finished 24 seconds off the lead in race 2. We'll start alongside Adrian Pryor, who was 27 seconds off the lead. And then the 5th row of the grid, Benson and Fowson round out your top 10. Tony Don and Alex Newton start from the very back. What can they do in this final race for the evening? So the grid is set. We'll roll around for a lap here at Phillip Island, and then we get underway for our feature race. And let's see if someone can take it to Benjamin Roberts. Will it be Kai Ardley? Will it be Colin Smith or Stu Vaughan? We'll find out shortly. We get set for the start of our final race tonight, the 12-lap feature race here from Phillip Island. The pace track will get out of the way shortly, and then we'll be underway. And I was just having a little think about it then. We've probably got about 8 less drivers than we had at Oran Park, which was a much tighter circuit. This fast-flowing circuit has really lended itself to this man, the 174 in the Corvette. But I just want to see Ardley. I was just watching him on this warm-up lap. How aggressive he is on the tyre wear. He's really working those front brakes, getting some tyre temps and tyre pressure. And he's going to take it to Roberts here. Keep an intent eye on that Porsche on the right-hand side of your screen, because we might be up for a bit of spice down into turn 1. We wait for the green. iRacing determining when they can get underway and get racing, of course. And you'll see the flames start to fly when we get that green light. We must be close now. There it is. A good start. Hardly got a good one. So did Colin Smith, actually, off the second row. So he's launched off there very well. And Roberts goes defensive. Down the inside, there's a couple of cars shooting through there. Will they all get through safely? They do. Smith was wide out on the racetrack. Kai Ardley's dropped a position there. Stu Vaughan has managed to jump him, and now Lofthouse goes around the outside of Colin Smith, tries to have a crack in the end thinks better of it as we go down through Stoner for the first time. The Corvette rumbling its way down through Stoner, and behind him you can just see there's Stewie Vaughan. A couple of cars having a look down the inside. One of the white cars at the back there, I think that might have been Medicine, and right at the back Adrian Pryor brings up the rear of the field. So there's a good mid-pack battle going on here. I think Pryor's involved in that. That's Mark Pryor. Newton, who's on the charge trying to work his way back through. Lofthouse has also put himself between Smith and Barlow on the grid tonight for this feature race, and he's trying to progress forward, but he's already losing contact by about the tune of 0.3 of a second from the back of Colin Smith. We've got a spinner too, and it is Lofthouse. I've put the mockers on him and he's gone off onto the grass, so unfortunately that will drop him right to the back as well. So Stu Vaughan has kept Roberts honest on this opening lap. I think every other lap tonight, or every other race tonight, it's been about a 2-second lead after the first lap. This time Roberts is going to cross the stripe with only 0.5 of a second to his advantage. So Stu Vaughan putting on the pressure. It was a 1:30.4 off the start. Roberts goes through 0.6 now, clear of the lead. Back further, Fowson putting some work on the back end of Rob Medson's car. Can't get through. But nice and close. We'll jump on board with Fowson as he tries to take up another position. He's already up 2 into 8, so good start. In fact, good opening lap for a lot of those drivers. Lofthouse and Adrian Pryor are the two that missed out in the opening lap there and dropped a heap of positions. Rumbling big V8. Sounds incredible. We've got the sound cranked right up tonight for the Corvette. And you got the Aston Martin of Vaughan in second. Much higher pitched sound. He's lost connection there, so we'll skip on to the next driver, Kai Ardley. I think Stewie tonight, he's got it plugged into the 3G tower. Not getting anywhere near the connection that the other guys around him are getting, and Ardley, who started second, he has not been able to stay with Vaughan here. He's dropped back to 1.6 off the lead now in that Porsche. Have a listen as we enter the main straight. So you can just see on board there Ardley, who is just dropping, sorry, Stu Vaughan actually is dropping in and out from Ardley's perspective. So here we look at that thinking, okay, we could be getting another place here shortly if that does completely drop out that connection, but he's got to have eyes forward. It's no pit stops in these races, just straight sprint races. And Colin Smith has also dropped back. He started fourth, runs in fourth place. Nice to see the livery on that car now, and he cannot do anything about the three in front. They're walking away. Lockie Barlow up a position in the Porsche as well, and ahead of Pryor and Medson. Medson gives himself a challenge all night tonight. Started from the back in race 1, worked his way forward, finished 9th in race 2. Now has already found himself a couple of positions forward and chasing down Mark Pryor's Grumpy Motorsport racing entry. Now, is that Mark Pryor with the Barlow livery on it? There's Barlow up the road in the Barlow racing car. I'm just having a look at these liveries here. And you go to Mark Pryor, that's definitely got Barlow Racing on the side of it, doesn't it? Or does it? I could be wrong. In the background, Tony Don, we've lost his livery tonight, and Alex Newton with the scramble livery also running in 9th place. Lofthouse, Pryor, and then Fowson having a night he'd probably rather forget for G&A Racing all the way back. Now 18 seconds off the lead of the race. Roberts marches on now, lap 4 of 12, a third of the way through our final race tonight. This is an absolute dream run for Benjamin Roberts, who's had a little bit of luck in other series, but he's due for a good win tonight. Got a couple already under his belt and another one on the way. also the long shot there of the gap between first and second. You can just see still hovering around that 7/10 of a second mark. Maybe Roberts has been given a note from the stewards to say, hey, let's make this exciting for the broadcast and let's not race away by 12 seconds in the feature. But still in his mirrors, you'll see that Stu Vaughan he's there 1 minute and he's gone the next. Will we see a little bit of controversy here tonight? Looking for some battles further back. Mark Pryor has got Tony Don just behind him. Medson just in front, so Medson up 3 spots in the all-white BMW tonight. Then it's Barlow ahead of him, and Don takes a wide line, having a bit of a look. It's good to see. Oh, he's off the track there as well, Medson. He'll lose a little bit of momentum there, and Mark Pryor's eyes lit up as he saw him dancing around off the curb, and did actually pretty well to hang on to that. Now what's happened to Roberts there? He's still there, is he? Roberts is in first. Vaughan still second. Momentary glitch, I think, saw him disappear. And going for the pass now. This is Medson under attack from Pryor, and Don behind as well. Further up the road. Oh, we just see, I'm getting totally confused by that Barlow Racing sticker on the side of Mark Pryor's car. So it's almost like trading paints to grab liveries tonight. Put them in a blender and just splattered them all over cars that they feel they need to do so. But we're going to see a move here. Don looks to the inside. That's covered off by Pryor, and then Medson also involved in that little spat. Has a bit of a run out of the hairpin and does nicely. Side by side again. Don might be through there on Pryor, and he is. So Pryor now drops back to 8. Good sequence of corners there for Medson and Don, who held on well. Meanwhile at the front, Roberts still out in front, 1.2 seconds at what is the halfway point of this race. So we'll go back through the order for anyone interested. Out in front now, the gap's starting to just creep out, 1.5 seconds. Roberts has over Vaughan as we start lap 8 of 12. And Vaughan holding on well, and in fact is running a similar pace to Roberts, because the gap back to Kai now is 6.5 seconds covering the top 3. So Kai in that Porsche cannot run anywhere near the speed of the big Aston in front and the big Corvette leading the race. The Aston Martin of Colin Smith then, last lap pace was a 25.2. That was 2/10 quicker than Kai in front, so he'll try and close that gap down, but still quite a big one to catch. It's 3 seconds. Then you got Barlow, who is last time around a 25.7 with the best lap time for 25.0. So 7/10 off his best lap time on the previous lap, and that's where we've looked at this guy in the past and had a look at Benjamin Roberts' lap times for consistency. You can see there a 24.1, a 24.0, 23.9, so he was increasing his pace through laps 3 to 5, and then laps 6 and 7 at 24.1 and a 24.3. Just chipping away nicely. You can see 2/10 on lap 5 and nearly 4/10 on lap 6. He took out of Vaughan to break his confidence and take away any sort of chance he has of winning this race. There's Alex Newton. We saw him at the start of the race have a bit of an off. Now he fights back, racing against Mark Pryor. Let's jump aboard with him. Pulls out of the toe, has a look. He's going to go the long way around down the bottom here into turn 1, and he disappears. Classic. All right, so Mark Pryor will focus on, because I want to watch this battle, even though one of the cars has got a ping from the 1950s. Mark Pryor holds on P8. I think Newton's going to come back at him, though. The green splotchy Ferrari is about to have another run at him. Pryor needs to just sit on the right-hand side here and cover off the braking zone into Honda hairpin, which he does, and does well. All this is helping Martin Lofthouse, by the way, catch up as Pryor was wide and will lose that position, so he lit up the rear tyres. And, jeez, he's gone again. There he reappears. So Alex Newton. Oh, the lead is off the track there. That's Benjamin Roberts, so hello. Bit of excitement. Benjamin Roberts has spun it. Where is he? Is that down at the bottom of MG? Let's have a look at the replay. Comes up over the top of Lukey. Let's see what he does here. Up on the curb, car a bit out of shape. Oh, he just locks it under brakes, so he's missed shift there, I think, and compression locked the rear. Spun it around, and that puts Stu Vaughan now back in the lead of this motor race. So, hello, we've got a race back on our hands. So, this could be the most excitement we've had all night there. Let's watch Roberts try and close in here. 0.5 of a second to the back of Stu Vaughan. We're right on board. Roberts is in all sorts here. He's done that again. I wonder if he's got an issue with the sim or the car, because he's just spun again. Now finds himself back in 4th place, so that's interesting. I wonder if he's got an issue with the clutch pedal, and he's now not using the clutch and downshifting and compression lock in the rear, or else he just feels a little bit of pressure here. But that's put a massive gap now, 10 seconds between your new race leader Stu Vaughan and Roberts, who's back in 4th place, possibly off the podium here. So a real shame in the feature race, the most important race with a couple laps to go. Roberts has fallen out of contention. That's where he spun the last time around. He's got it okay this time, much more tentative on the brakes there, but Stu Vaughan now, as he comes down to take the penultimate lap, lap 11, he'll be thinking, I've got this. I've got a 6.5 second gap. Medson's just gone off the road and into the fence. I think Stu Vaughan's going to probably win this race tonight by a clear margin. And, well, Roberts can only, unfortunately, well, he could probably blame whatever's wrong with that sim, but maybe only himself to blame for a couple of little errors there. We'll find out, I'm sure, if something's either broke or is not calibrated correctly, but to me it looks like the clutch or something has stopped working. And 2 little mistakes in the space of a couple of minutes there puts him right back. And unfortunately, well out of contention, possibly for a podium here tonight. Colin Smith just up the road. If you can catch him and pass him, then he might be able to at least take a podium. But it would be pretty sad for Benny, after taking race win in 1 and 2, to then completely miss out on the steps and the champagne for race number 3. This is the battle back for 8th and 9th place. Martin Lofthouse and Mark Pryor still having a really decent run here. It's not all about being up the top. Sometimes it's just about having fun and being wherever you are on that racetrack, putting in your best performance. And these guys are doing just that. They're fighting hard. They're pretty clean. Generally, a lot of these guys either real life races or have a good connection with the real life series, which is the sports sedans in this instance. And they do show a lot of room. White flag though for the CXC Daytona Racing entry of Stu Vaughan. He's got 1 lap to go to take a win here in the feature race for the Sports Sedans, round number 3 of their 2023 series. And a great job by Stu to hang on there. I mean, I've been impressed with him in this third and final race tonight. Lapping quickly, he was only 1.2 seconds off the back as he disappears again, not ideal. 1.2 seconds off the back of Roberts as they got to about the halfway point of this race. And that little bit of pressure he kept on forced the error with Roberts, and then he can take the spoils with a well-deserved victory here. This is Kai Ardley back in second. A mammoth distance between them, and I'm just looking, Roberts is now down to 6th, so I think Roberts has gone off the track again, sadly, and that's put him right off the podium. So Benjamin Roberts winning race 1, winning race 2, and this is not ideal when you're trying to watch your race Victor here, and his connection's less than ideal. So we'll just watch this guy come across the line, take the checker flag, and well done to Stu Vaughan for the CXC Racing Daytona Racing entry. And that's a great job. Good pressure for the start of the race, takes a checker flag, and takes the win in race number 3 tonight. Keeping a well-deserved P2, Kai Ardley, and Barlow will take third. He's just coming through the final couple of corners now for Barlow Racing. He'll be stoked with that. That's a good performance to see himself also on the podium in the final feature race tonight. Well done. Don comes home in 4th ahead of Colin Smith. 2 Astons there flying in 4th and 5th. Benjamin Roberts. What happened? Who knows? Comes home in 6th tonight ahead of Newton. Lofthouse Pryor. Medson will cross the line in 10th place ahead of Adrian Pryor, and then Fowson will be the last to come and cross the line tonight. So good effort, and that concludes our 3 races tonight. So we'll have a quick chat hopefully to a couple of the drivers and wrap it all up here from Race Stars TV at Phillip Island. There's your race results. It is Stu Vaughan with the win tonight. 6.9 seconds clear of Kai Ardley, and Lockie Barlow will be your podium. And decent job by Tony Don Smith, as I said, for 6th place. Commiserations for Benjamin Roberts down in 6th with that mistake or 2. In fact, there was 3 times I think he spun in that final race tonight to finish outside the top 3. Then it was Newton, Lofthouse, Pryor, Medson, Pryor and Fowson right to the back of your order there. And a bit of a bad luck story, I've got to say, that 3rd race tonight. It looked like it was going to be this man, Benjamin Roberts. An easy 3 from 3, and something has gone wrong. Would love to know if it's a hardware or a software issue tonight, but it just did not look comfortable for the second half of that race in particular. In fact, maybe the pace wasn't there for the whole race, because the first 6 laps, he could only pull that 1.2 second lead out over this race winner here, Stu Vaughan and Kai Ardley, but in the first couple of races, it was almost 6 seconds over 6 laps. So definitely something untoward going on there tonight. Just wait for the top 3 to come for a quick chat. We may not get them tonight. We'll wait and see. But Stewie Vaughan, big thanks too to the sponsors of the Sports Sedans, of course, the Precision, all your engine needs. Big thanks to them and their real world sponsorship. In fact, they're giving up some prize money to winners of these races in this series, this eSeries, with just 2 rounds left to go. So should be good. We'll just wait another minute or so. We'll see if we get anyone in for a chat. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up. Well, it's been an interesting night of trading paints not working. An earlier start than requested normally, and a domination by Roberts, followed by some unfortunate mistakes in the end there, which cost him a chance of being up here for the final podium. Looks like they're not coming in for chat, so we'll wrap it up here tonight live with Stu Vaughan, our winner for race number 3. Kai Ardley race number 3 P2, and race number 3 3rd place went to Lockie Barlow. And we'll just recap quickly how it looked in the results for heat number 1 tonight. And it was this way, Roberts with a clear victory by 6.1 seconds. Look at those times. And then you go to the second race tonight, and it was Roberts ahead of Ardley and Vaughan. Once again, 6.9 seconds was the gap in that race, followed by the feature tonight, which was Vaughan, who won it by 6.9. And there you go. So we'll head in, we'll go to the live stream. We'll quickly got a couple of guys that have they've just popped into the end as we go to wrap things up. So let's grab them in for a chat. And it was Stu Vaughan, mate. Interesting final race there tonight. Roberts looked quick, but he's obviously got some sort of issue there, which has cost him a chance to make it 3 from 3. How'd you go there tonight?
Yeah, he's probably a couple of tenths quicker here and there throughout the race, so it was a real battle there, and I just thought I'd keep the pressure on. But yeah, I'm not too sure what happened. I think he just locked up the brakes or something going down the hill. But no, it's like completely missed practice in this one. I didn't do anything beforehand, and I thought it was starting at 7:30, and then yeah, I was a bit late. So happy to come away with that at the end.
I think it caught us all out tonight, mate. The earlier start, so myself included. But good racing, and in the end of the day, you put that pressure on Roberts for the first half of this feature race, and then you could capitalise on that little mistake he made. And I think 3 or 4 errors he made after that with a similar sort of issue. So kudos to you for keeping the boot in there and being right there when it counted.
Yeah, thanks, man. Look forward to watching it on the stream.
Hopefully it's all right. We've got massive trading paints issues tonight. I think your livery in particular is all jumbled. Everything's jumbled, so I'm going to blame trading paints. Anyway, Kai, well done P2, mate. You've had to sort of race your way through the field tonight and drive quick. Good job to bring it home for a second.
Yeah, thanks, Luke. Interesting race. Yeah, I didn't do any practice leading up to the round either. I completely forgot about it. I've just been doing NASCAR, so a bit different. Bit weird to jump back into a GT car. Felt a bit foreign. But yeah, pretty fun racing tonight, honestly. I haven't had that good GT racing for quite a while, and I wasn't expecting P2. It sort of just came back to me, I guess, pretty quickly. But it was a good race with all the guys out there, and they put on a good show. Yeah,
small field, but good quality racing. Some good door-to-door stuff, especially on lap 1 and 2 of each race, where you sort of were bunched up but then it's spread out. But all in all, mate, you've kept your foot in there, you've kept in where you needed to be, and with Roberts dropping out of the lead, elevates you up position. And yeah, great job for P2.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, no lift, I guess, is the right motto there.
No lift, that's it. And Lockie, finally, mate, I've got to ask you, I'm not sure if the right livery's on your car tonight, because Mark Pryor's got Barlow Racing on his, and yours is the Brewed Coffee. Is that correct?
No, mate, I've got Barlow Racing on mine.
So there you go. Mate, Trading Paints has had a shocker tonight. There's different liveries on different cars, and you name it, it's all over the place. So big apologies for that, but well done for a 3rd place tonight. You had to fight for that in the final race, up 3 spots.
Oh, mate, that was hard work. Well done to Kai and Stewie for coming 1st and 2nd.
Great drive, mate, and we'll do some quick thank yous for the top 3. Who would you like to thank, Stu Vaughan, for the win tonight?
I just thank the boys for putting this series on at the moment. I hope this is my first race in it, but look forward to doing some extras. And of course, thanks to you, mate. Always love your work.
Thanks, mate. It's a challenge tonight, but anyway, we got there in the end. Sorry about the liveries, guys. You'll see it back. You'll see what I mean by a dog's breakfast. So anyway, we'll try and discover what Trading Paints is doing. Kai, P2, who would you like to thank?
Thank Rand for putting on a good series, first of all the guys out there for doing a good race, everyone that watches as well to the stream, keeping it going, and you for putting on a good show.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, and we say good day to Rand. He's not here tonight, obviously, but the show went on and we missed him. So, yep, see you next time, Rand. And finally, Lockie, P3, who would you like to thank?
Just yourself, Rand, all the boys for coming and racing, and everyone that's watched.
Good on you, boys. So 2 races to go in this 2023 series, and yeah, it's fantastic to have Precision and others on board to support this, what is a real world sports sedan series, brought over to the eSeries for a bit of fun. And we got Mark here as well. G'day, Mark. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good, Luke. Rand sort of deputised Benny and I to try and run the night, so I just thought I'd pop on and say thanks to you for trying to handle a difficult night with the early start and all the trouble with Trading Paints.
Thanks, mate. And yeah, it's we got there in the end, but it has been a difficult one. But we've got 2 races to go. We could try and grab a few more guys in to fill this grid up. 12 cars tonight. We'll try and get, I'm sure, a good showing of 20 or so for the final 2 races, because it is a great series, great fellowship and good friends that race in this series, and we want to see more cars out there having some good action.
Oh, that's right. I had some great door-to-door dicing tonight, and the next round is at Bathurst, so we normally get a big field there, so it should be awesome. And the real cars are at Bathurst the week before, so it should be fantastic.
You would think, yeah, with the real cars there the week before, mate, everyone will be absolutely keen. So looking forward to that, and thanks for popping in for a chat.
Anytime, mate. We'll see you next time.
Awesome. Righto, thanks, guys. So your winner from the feature tonight, Stu Vaughan, takes it from Kai and then Lockie. And we got to give a shout out to Benny too. He took 2 wins tonight out of the first 2 races, but didn't make it on the podium for the 3rd one. So congratulations to all of you guys. Cheers. All right, so we wrap it up here tonight, and big thanks to anyone that tuned in tonight, watched along. We've got Bathurst coming up. I'll quickly get the dates for that one for you. That's not too far away, October 11th. So Wednesday, October 11th, we'll be checking out these cars at Bathurst, and then the final round of the series will be the 1st of November. So until then, I'm Luke. This is Race Stars TV. Good night.